Hi everybody, I thought I would just jump on YouTube and make a quick video today about Tesla, a very relevant company right now in that it's just over the last year it's had a monstrous run up, and in the last week and 2 weeks it's had a push down below its trend line. So I'm just going to talk about Tesla and my thoughts about Tesla for the upcoming few months and the upcoming year. As you know, I'm skeptical about the valuation Tesla is at right now. I was skeptical about it when it was higher than this. Just in comparison with, it doesn't even matter what kind of company you want to call Tesla. If you want to call it a tech company, fine. If you want to call it a car company, then that's probably more accurate. But in comparing it with any other kind of company, the valuation is not there for it to be having a PE of around 1,300, or it would be around 1,000 now, I think, with how much the price has come down. But my point being that you could call it whatever kind of company you want. It's just I'm not a fan of the valuation it's at right now, and because of that, I did end up buying some put options, very long-term put options, a couple weeks ago, and those have done quite well since I bought in. And around that time ago, I also made a video just highlighting some concerns Michael Burry had about Tesla's susceptibility to an inverse gamma squeeze. And at that time, that video was largely dismissed by a lot of the people who saw it. They said, oh, that would never happen. Tesla's much larger than all of these smaller companies. And basically, I think just a few days after I posted that video, it ended up going down from around 820 down to around 620. So that's a 20+% drop right there. So if that isn't a sign of at least something going on, with a stock that large going with, a market cap of what was then around 800 billion being crushed 20% in just a few days, that would severely concern me if I was investing in that company. But just to highlight that point of the video that I made a few weeks ago, if you want to really see that in more depth, what Michael Burry was saying about Tesla and its susceptibility to undergo an inverse gamma squeeze, I would say that fear was largely, proven to be correct in terms of, that actually did happen to a certain extent. Now, I do think it still does have a way to go down to get to any sort of reasonable valuation, but I also wanted to go back to a letter that Elon Musk sent out to his staff back in December of 2020, so just about 3 months ago. He sent out this letter, and in a way he kind of highlighted what we're currently seeing and what we'll probably see in the coming year of just potentially the collapse of Tesla's valuation. And that doesn't mean that the company will go bankrupt or anything. I'm not like Jim Chanos saying it'll go bankrupt or anything. I am saying that you probably wouldn't want to be long in it right now, at least buying into it right now, at least in my opinion. But none of this is to be taken as advice, by the way. But I will read this letter that Elon Musk sent out to Tesla's employees in December, essentially just warning them that something like this could happen. At a time like this, when our stock is reaching new highs, it may seem as though spending carefully is not as important. This is definitely not true. When looking at actual profitability, it is very low, around 1% for the last year. Investors are giving us a lot of credit for future profitability, but if, at any point, they conclude that's not going to happen, our stock will immediately get crushed like a souffle under a sledgehammer. Much more important, in order to make our cars affordable, we have to get smarter about how we spend money. This is a tough game of pennies, requiring thousands of good ideas to improve part costs, a factory process, or simplify the design while increasing quality and capabilities. A great idea would be one that saves $5, but the vast majority are 50 cents here or 20 cents there. In order to make the electric vehicle revolution happen, we must make electric cars, stationary batteries. So he basically, this is kind of a forewarning as to what he was seeing as kind of a risky situation. And in a way, the whole Tesla short squeeze and gamma squeeze that happened in the last year, that has put Elon Musk in a very difficult situation, in that even though he has warned a lot of his employees and investors from this letter that the stock price could collapse, I feel like he's definitely going to get some blame if it does collapse, say, from its high of around 900 down to even just, 4 or 500, and I think it could go much lower than that. Yeah, he says it could get crushed like a souffle under a sledgehammer, even if they don't stand up to these, very marginal profitabilities that they've had. So yeah, the investors have definitely been giving them a lot of credit for future profitability, and yeah, it just remains to be seen if that profitability happens in 2021. But yeah, in my opinion, this would be a very risky, a long position to be in right now, just with how, the how much growth is priced into Tesla's valuation right now. But again, none of this is financial advice. I just wanted to jump on here and kind of give my thoughts regarding a company or a stock that has fallen a lot in the last couple of weeks and that I've talked about before. So if you like these kinds of topics, just consider subscribing.